Hey guys, I'm gonna make a video going over just some basic things about the Tribute event poster project. Um, so these in here in the project worksheet, you can download this from week 13, I believe, but you can include obviously KNMC 90.1 FM presents a live local music event. This should probably go at the top, then the main title, then the date, the location. You know, we're gonna have to use placeholders for that because we're not totally sure on the date location yet. We want to have a KNMC logo, MSU Northern logo. Do talk about Red Ants Pants Music Festival ticket giveaway. This is a drawing that happens at this event every year. Tribute should have the exclamation point after it. You can use your text effect assignment if you wish. If you decide to go a different route, that's fine. Definitely call KNMC 90.1 FM, this full name here, not just KNMC. Mention VIX. They're providing catering. I did give you a VIX logo in Brightspace, so check out Brightspace for that. There's a Streetery logo. They are the food truck, so you know VIX is providing the drinks and Streetery is providing the food. And I also did give you a Red Ants Pants Music Festival logo as well, if you want to use that. If you look down here, they did that here. Chance to win a pair of Red Ants Pants tickets right here. Cash bar hosted by VIX. They didn't use the VIX logo, but I'm asking you to. The KNMC logo looks like this. You can use the black, white, whatever color you want, full color, MSU Northern logo. She's used all three here. Different years I've required different things, but I do want VIX Place, Streetery. You can put the Red Ants Pants on there. KNMC and the Northern logo is great to include. And this design here actually has all of those on it. But anyway, I'll just go into InDesign and I will just kind of quickly show you how to set your document up. So File, New, Document. You can also do New File here. We can go into the print area and we can go, we can open this up. We do want this to be a tabloid size, which is an 11 by 17. This is a standard size piece of paper. This is 11 by 17 is definitely standard for posters. So if you look over here, if you click on this and we're under print here, we have 11 by 17. We just want one page. This doesn't matter. So nothing to change with the margin, so you can leave that closed, but we don't actually need a bleed either on this. It is going to have a white border all the way around our poster design because we are going to be printing on exactly an 11 by 17. And the printer won't be able to go all the way to the edge of this paper. So we do expect to have about an 1/8 an inch border of white, just plain white, around your poster design. Anyway, so here's our canvas in InDesign. Make sure you go to Window, Workspace, Essentials Classic. You may need to open up the Properties panel. So if I do Workspace, I'll just do Reset Essentials Classic. We can pull this libraries out and click that off. Let's expand that toolbar. And we don't have the Properties panel open, so we'll go to Windows, Window, and then Properties, just to get that open. Properties is one of our best friends, so we want to put it down there. You can click and drag it in, you'll get the blue line. And we just want to have that open all the time because this will change depending on what we're clicked on. And it's definitely a great thing to have open in the Adobe software. So, so here's our document, and we can actually start, thinking about background colors, thinking about background imagery. If you do get anything, make sure that you're going to like Unsplash. This is a great website for finding, maybe I want a guitar. Like maybe I really like this guitar, so I'm just going to download it. So that went into my downloads folder, and if I go into InDesign, we can do a file place. So do a file place to bring in your images. I'm in my downloads. I'm sorting by date added here, so I have it at the top, and I can just open that up, and I can click and hold down and drag it in at the size I want it to be. So I brought that in at that size. So one thing we want to do with our images is that we do want to go into the links panel. I am going to be checking this on your guys' event posters. I didn't really make it a big deal on the business card, but on the event poster, one thing we are going to be wanting you to do is, looking in here into the links panel. and opening that up, and you can see everything that you do a file place on will show up in here. If you're copying over like logos directly from Illustrator into InDesign, it's not going to show up in here as a link. It's only files that you've file placed into your document, into your InDesign document. But if we click on it and go into the links panel, we can see, you know, we can pull this out, make it bigger so we can really see what's going on. We want to have the link info showing. So yeah, and if we click on that, we can see that this is a JPEG file, which we can also see that in the name. The color space is in RGB, which we want this in CMYK. And the effective PPI is 554. So the effective PPI is the really important number. We want that to be 300 or higher. 300 PPI for print is standard. That's 300 pixels per inch. And when that prints, it's always clear. If we go much underneath 300, it's going to start getting blurry, pixelated, and a lot of times, if you're doing a professional print job, the printer will tell you, hey, I don't think we should print this. It's going to be blurry. It's not going to look good because your effective PPI is not 300 or above. So actually, we have a little bit of wiggle room with this. If I want to resize, the free transform tool is great. So just push Shift on your keyboard when you're using the free transform tool. It looks like a kind of like a box with a cursor triangle in it. And we can start sizing this up, and you can see the effective PPI is changing the bigger we make this image. So I mean, I can make it go fairly high before it reaches about 300. And maybe I want to flip this image, rotate it counterclockwise 90 degrees. So I just did that. It kind of made it move over here, but we can grab it and bring it back. And then if I do a zoom out, Command minus, or Control on a PC or Windows, we can, I don't know, position this a certain way. Maybe I want to flip my image. I can do that up here. Just to get it positioned the way I want it to. I mean, obviously this isn't wonderful because there's an amp here. So it looks a little weird that it's on its side, but you know, you get the point. And I always check, okay, the effective PPI looks good, but my color space is not looking great. So if I want to change that, I can just control click on the image itself and do edit with. In Photoshop, you can also control click on the link name or right click on a Windows on the link name in the links panel. So you can do it either way, but edit with Photoshop. And then that will open up our file in Photoshop. And we'll just let that open, but we can actually change it to CMYK color mode in here. So here it is. I don't know why it's so big. My Photoshop has been weird ever since I've updated it, so I'm not quite sure. This looks weird, but I'm just going to go ahead and go to Image, Mode, CMYK Color. So Image at the top, Mode, CMYK Color, and then just do a Command S. We want to make sure this is on large. So if yours isn't, put it all the way up on large and then push OK. And then Command S, you know, just make sure it's saved. You can save over the old JPEG, just update it into CMYK mode. We go back into InDesign by clicking on that icon. I might move this over. Now you can see it's automatically updated CMYK. So let's go ahead and file save this. File save as, actually. I'm going to put this in my documents. In my graphic design, let me see, I'm going to sort by name. Graphic Design 231 folder, and new folder. I'm going to make a project folder now. Event, poster, project, create, and I'm going to say my Mary event, poster, project. So try to name yours with your first name, event, poster, project. Sometimes we might do an 11 by 17, you know, because sometimes posters might be 8.5 by 11 maybe, although most posters are not that small. So sometimes I put the size on the end. You don't have to do that, but at least do the first name event poster project as the name. The format, we're going to keep it in InDesign, obviously. Save that. And then what we want to do is actually with your links, if you want to copy your links over, which I suggest you do this, it's a good idea. It also happens when you do a file package. It'll create a links folder for you, but we can also manually create one before we package before we package this up. So let's just go to Utilities, Copy Links To. So we went into the links panel, we're going to the stacked menu, We're going to utilities, copy links to. So we're going to grab all of our links that we have. Sometimes we might have 5 links or 10 links in our project. When you start file placing in some of those logos that I provided in week 14, I think, you're going to have quite a few links just from the logos. So in the event poster project, we can make a new folder and name it links, create, and choose. So that will copy that over into the links folder in our documents. So if we go to documents, if we go to graphic design, if we go into event poster project, we see there's a links, and then here's our photo that we have in our file. So yeah, that is basically some of the basics, mostly having to do with the links panel, mostly having to do with the color space, making sure it's CMYK. You're going to have to edit it in Photoshop if it isn't, making sure the effective PPI is 300 or above on all of your links, and then maybe even copying your links over using utilities, copy links to, and saving it inside of your project folder. So that's all I wanted to go over in this video. Just really make sure you're checking your images, your image resolutions, the effective PPI, and making sure you're in CMYK color mode. And yeah, that's about it. We'll talk to you next time.